Hey everyone. Welcome to the channel. You're about to dive into something epic, so buckle up. Rocket today, we've got an incredible the science behind the miracle that will blow your mind. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any of the exciting content coming your way. Let's jump right in. The science behind the miracle. The 21st century saw unprecedented advancements in technology, medicine, and communication. Yet, alongside these developments came equally monumental challenges: climate change, overpopulation, resource scarcity, and the erosion of global trust. By the mid-22nd century, humanity teetered on the edge of collapse. Nations crumbled under the weight of environmental disasters, food shortages, and a rapidly spreading pandemic. The human race faced its darkest hour. The early decades of the 21st century were a paradoxical era. Humanity celebrated unparalleled achievements in technology, medicine, and communication, yet it also found itself shackled by the consequences of its success. Climate change escalated into a global crisis, extreme weather events displaced millions, and rising sea levels swallowed entire coastlines. Urban centers, once symbols of progress, became overcrowded hubs of inequality and despair. Governments struggled to maintain order as social and economic disparities widened, fueling unrest and distrust. By the mid-22nd century, these challenges had reached a tipping point. Entire nations collapsed under the strain of environmental disasters and resource shortages. The Amazon rainforest, once known as the lungs of the earth, had been reduced to a barren wasteland. Arctic ice, critical for regulating the planet's temperature, had vanished entirely, triggering a cascade of ecological consequences. Oceans, once teeming with life, had turned into vast, acidic deserts, with marine biodiversity plummeting to historic lows. The world's food supply chains, already fragile, were further destabilized by these changes, leading to mass starvation and migration. At the same time, a deadly pandemic emerged, a highly transmissible virus with a mortality rate that surpassed anything seen in human history. Known as the Epsilon Plague, it swept across continents, leaving devastation in its wake. Healthcare systems collapsed under the weight of infected patients, and global supply chains crumbled as workers fell ill or succumbed to the disease. Humanity faced an existential threat, one that no single country or organization could tackle alone. It was in this grim context that the seeds of the last human miracle were sown. The Coalition for Human Renewal, CHR, a group of visionary scientists, engineers, and thought leaders, emerged as a beacon of hope. Comprised of experts from diverse disciplines, including genetics, artificial intelligence, and environmental science, the CHR set out to address humanity's dire predicament. Their mission was clear yet daunting: to prevent humanity's extinction and lay the groundwork for a sustainable future. The early days of the CHR were marked by skepticism and resistance. Governments and corporations, desperate to cling to their remaining power, viewed the coalition's radical ideas with suspicion. Funding was scarce, and the CHR's members often worked in secret, pooling their resources and knowledge to develop innovative solutions. Despite these challenges, the coalition pressed forward, driven by an unwavering belief in the potential of science and technology to save humanity. One of the CHR's first priorities was to understand the interconnected nature of the crises facing humanity. They realized that addressing each issue in isolation — climate change, resource scarcity, pandemics — would be futile. Instead, they needed a holistic approach, one that tackled the root causes of these problems and leveraged humanity's greatest strengths: creativity, resilience, and cooperation. To achieve this, the CHR established a central hub known as the Nexus. Located in a neutral territory far from the political conflicts of the world, the Nexus served as a research and development epicenter. Here, scientists and engineers worked tirelessly, pooling their expertise to devise solutions that could be implemented on a global scale. The Nexus also functioned as a think tank, bringing together philosophers, ethicists, and policymakers to ensure that their innovations aligned with humanity's long-term values and goals. One of the first major breakthroughs at the Nexus was the development of a comprehensive global monitoring system. Using a network of satellites and advanced AI algorithms, this system provided real-time data on environmental conditions, disease outbreaks, and resource availability. This unprecedented level of insight allowed the CHR to prioritize its efforts and allocate resources where they were needed most. The system also served as an early warning mechanism, detecting potential crises before they escalated into full-blown disasters. Another critical milestone was the creation of the Adaptive Genomic Integration (AGI) platform. Building on decades of advancements in genetic engineering, the AGI platform allowed for the precise editing of human DNA to enhance resilience against environmental stressors and diseases. This technology was initially met with ethical concerns, as it raised questions about genetic inequality and the potential for misuse. However, the CHR's commitment to transparency and equitable access helped alleviate these fears. The AGI platform was used to develop vaccines and treatments for the Epsilon plague, saving millions of lives and restoring hope to a beleaguered world. The CHR also recognized the importance of addressing humanity's energy needs. Decades of reliance on fossil fuels had not only contributed to climate change but also left many regions vulnerable to energy shortages. The coalition's scientists focused on advancing fusion energy, a clean and virtually limitless power source. After years of research and experimentation, they succeeded in developing compact fusion reactors that could be deployed in urban and rural areas alike. These reactors revolutionized energy production, providing reliable power while drastically reducing carbon emissions. As the CHR's innovations began to bear fruit, public perception shifted. What had once been dismissed as an idealistic experiment now stood as humanity's best hope for survival. Governments and corporations, recognizing the coalition's effectiveness, began to collaborate with the CHR, providing funding and logistical support. Grassroots movements also emerged, inspired by the coalition's vision of a united and sustainable future. Ordinary citizens volunteered their time and skills to support local initiatives, from reforestation projects to community health campaigns. Despite these successes, the road ahead was fraught with challenges. The CHR faced resistance from entrenched interests that feared losing their influence in the New World Order. Disinformation campaigns sought to undermine public trust in the coalition's efforts, while cyber attacks targeted the Nexus and its satellite networks. To counter these threats, the CHR established robust security protocols and launched public awareness campaigns to combat misinformation. By the end of the first decade of its existence, the CHR had laid the groundwork for what would come to be known as the last human miracle. The coalition's work was far from over, but the progress they had made was undeniable. Humanity had been pulled back from the brink of extinction and set on a path toward renewal. The challenges that remained were immense, but so too was the potential for a brighter future. The story of a world on the brink is not merely one of despair but of resilience and hope. It is a testament to the power of human ingenuity and the enduring belief that even in the darkest times, a better world is possible. This chapter serves as a reminder of the importance of unity, collaboration, and the relentless pursuit of solutions, no matter how insurmountable the odds may seem. In the chaos, a small group of visionary scientists, engineers, and thinkers came together to address the dire situation. They called themselves the Coalition for Human Renewal, CHR. Their mission was ambitious, to find a way not only to halt humanity's decline but to ensure its survival and renewal. What they achieved would come to be known as the last human miracle. The breakthrough came not from a single innovation but from a convergence of multiple fields of science and technology. The foundation was laid by three critical advancements. Genomic recalibration. By the late 21st century, CRISPR-based technologies had evolved to allow for the precise editing of human DNA. The CHR team took this a step further, developing a technique called Adaptive Genomic Integration, AGI. This allowed human DNA to adapt dynamically to environmental stressors, enabling resistance to diseases, improved cognitive functions, and extended lifespans. Quantum neural networks, artificial intelligence had reached levels of complexity unimaginable in previous centuries. The creation of quantum neural networks, QNNs, allowed AI systems to process and simulate billions of potential futures in real time. These systems became essential for predicting the outcomes of decisions made during humanity's most critical moments. Sustainable fusion energy, decades of research culminated in the development of compact, portable fusion reactors. These reactors provided an endless supply of clean energy, allowing for the restoration of critical infrastructure and the rebuilding of devastated regions. Stabilization. The first priority was to stabilize the global population by addressing immediate threats. AGI was deployed to immunize populations against the pandemic, while QNNs optimized resource distribution to prevent starvation and civil unrest. Fusion reactors were distributed to critical regions to restore power and communication. Rehabilitation. Once stability was achieved, efforts shifted to rehabilitating the planet. Advanced AI-guided drones planted genetically engineered crops capable of growing in harsh environments. Oceans, choked with plastic and pollution, were cleaned using autonomous nanobots. The atmosphere's carbon levels were reduced through large-scale carbon capture technologies. Transformation. The final phase focused on transforming humanity's relationship with the planet and each other. Education systems were overhauled to prioritize collaboration, critical thinking, and sustainability. A universal basic income, funded by fusion energy surplus and AI-managed economies, eradicated poverty. Global governance structures were reimagined to prioritize collective well-being over national interests. Implementing such a monumental plan was not without its challenges. Initial resistance came from political and corporate entities that feared losing power and influence. However, the undeniable effectiveness of CHR's solutions gradually won over skeptics. As pandemics were eradicated, food became abundant, and environmental conditions improved, humanity began to believe in the possibility of a brighter future. One of the most profound impacts of the miracle was the unification of humanity. For centuries, divisions based on race, religion, and nationality had fueled conflict. But as people witnessed the tangible benefits of global cooperation, old prejudices faded. A new identity emerged, not as citizens of nations, but as stewards of Earth. The miracle was not without its ethical dilemmas. The use of AGI raised questions about genetic inequality and consent. Could parents choose enhancements for their children? Would those who refused modifications be left behind? CHR addressed these concerns through transparent governance and global consensus building, but debates continued for decades. The integration of QNNs also sparked fears about AI's influence over human decision-making. While QNNs were designed to assist, not replace, human leadership, their ability to predict outcomes with near-perfect accuracy created an uncomfortable dependency. Safeguards were implemented to ensure AI systems remain tools rather than rulers, but the line between guidance and control remained a subject of philosophical debate. By the dawn of the 23rd century, the world had transformed. Cities thrived on renewable energy, ecosystems flourished, and humanity enjoyed unprecedented health and prosperity. The miracle's success was not just scientific but cultural. It represented a shift in human values toward empathy, collaboration, and sustainability. One of the most enduring legacies of the miracle was its impact on the human spirit. Faced with extinction, humanity had not only survived but thrived. This resilience became a source of inspiration for generations to come, a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope and innovation could prevail. As historians reflect on the miracle, several lessons stand out. Interdisciplinary collaboration. The miracle was only possible because experts from diverse fields worked together, breaking down traditional silos to solve complex problems. Global unity. Humanity's survival required a level of cooperation never before seen. The miracle demonstrated the power of collective action in overcoming existential threats. Ethical responsibility. The technologies that enabled the miracle came with significant ethical challenges. Balancing innovation with morality proved crucial to ensuring a just and equitable outcome. The science behind the miracle is a testament to humanity's potential to overcome even the most insurmountable odds. It is a story of ingenuity, perseverance, and hope, reminding us that the greatest miracles are not born of magic, but of science, courage, and a shared determination to create a better future. If you're loving what you're watching and want to see even more exciting videos on Voidverse Chronicles, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.